All right, let's get on into it. All right, so we got a lot here I gotta update you on. So, anyone joining this, playing this later on, been playing this game quite a bit. Played it since this game first came out. Came back to it multiple times. Came back in and realized I wanted to do some endgame content. So I did a bunch of build guides, stuff like this. Realized I gotta go back to the roots and really learn the game. So we have this new build. Someone might be running something like this, but this is by no means meta. And it's looking actually really promising. We're like level 69, so we still got some levels to gain. We don't have all our ascendancy yet. We still have a couple labyrinths to do to get some more there. All our gems aren't fully max level yet. Plus, I don't even have them all filled. I'm using some random gear. I tried my hand at a bunch of crafting, earned some currency, maybe like 5 divines. To some people that might seem like a lot, but when you grind for a little bit, you know, and especially after seeing everything that's going on with this league, it's not that much. And I was just, you know, trying some different crafting things and figuring it out. So yeah, I just got some pieces. I wanted to get at least my resistances all kind of level. I think I can still go a little higher on chaos resistance, but I'm pretty good off. But this build is already starting to feel really good. You won't really see it in the DPS of the Kinetic bolt, but everything that's going on behind the scenes, it's crazy. But yeah, I'll try to do my best to explain it all. Okay, so it's interesting. I'll just start at the basics, the very beginning, and this is kind of why I want to do this, because I want to make it so user friendly that new players of the game, there's so much to deal with that it's very complicated. And even following a build guide, like, that's all great and all if you have unlimited currency where you can buy the exact piece that like they have in the build guide. As soon as you run into one piece where you can't find it and it's not even on the market and you have to somehow go to someone else to try and replicate it, it's very complicated. So this is something where I'm trying to see if this works, and it's already looking, again, promising. But basically my goal was pick a mastery. So there are small nodes that have basic things like intelligence, and there's these main paths. So you have intelligence, you have dexterity, intelligence, dexterity. So these are your main paths. As soon as you go off into like a circle, something off like a main path, you get into other small passives that do whatever it is that is part of this mechanic. So you get off of just like the basic stat lines, stuff like that, and then you go into these. Now when you get to one that has like it's a little bit bigger of a circle, and this can be confusing too, because people would say, oh, the big circle, so you go to these. This right here is a keystone. It's confusing. Don't worry about keystones when you're building a build. Worry about those later, unless you're following a build guide and it's something actually, you know, absolutely crucial to the build. These should be added in later because most of them have really big downsides that you need. Yeah, we just won't get into all that. So the basic thing was for this is, through all the builds that I went through, I didn't focus on a mastery. So going into this, so we're off the beam path here, we get our first notable, and it's picking elemental damage and it's doing some ailments and stuff. But the main thing I'm looking at is the mastery. So the mastery, to get even more confusing, but it's that little circle that you went into. Like you went off the beam path and you're going into something that you're investing into. So what I want to do with this is I want to get all 6 of these elemental masteries if possible and see how that ends up. It's already panned out. I got 3 of them. I'm working towards the 4th one, and I'm going to see if I can get to the other 2. That may take a while to get to that point, but I already can farm at least decent currency with this build. But one way you can do this simple thing, and I'll explain it more once I can see if this is actually viable. So don't worry about it too much. But if you hover over any mastery, it'll show you where other masteries are. So I know there's another one up here, and if you hover over it, I can see another one. And again, this is very hard to see, and it's probably something they need to fix. You could type it in, elemental mastery, and it'll probably show up, but there is one directly on the exact opposite side of the passive tree. So I can come over here, and there's another elemental mastery. Now this is going to be difficult to get to. This will probably be one of the last ones I have to get to. But they're, just for the sake of it, like, it'll take some time. You'll have to look at it, and there's a lot to look at, but you can hover over mastery, and then you can see where the other 5 of them are. There's 6 of them per mastery. And then the one I'm working for is just south of that. It's right here, and I'm pathing over to that. So basically the concept is, you know, just pick a mastery. So even just looking at this big of a thing, we can zoom in. Here's a mastery. Here's a mastery. Here's a mastery. Here's a mastery. These don't have masteries. There's nothing in the middle of that circle. So it becomes pretty apparent. So these are the differences. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, they're all right here. So this is a mastery. It's in the middle of the whole circle. And this circle has small passives and it has notables. This is a notable. It's something that you can do other things with later, but this is a notable. These are, you know, big things that really affect your build. So are masteries. And then the other big thing is keystones. So it sounds complicated, but other than just passives, the only 3 things you have to worry about is a keystone. And look at it. It's the biggest one. Gold border. The next one is a mastery, which deals with a specific area that you're trying to focus on. And then notables that are directly impacting what you're diving into at that point in time. That runoff of the main path, you're looking for a notable in that, like this. So yeah, dexterity, main stats, dive into here, and then you're looking at this notable and if that's worth it. Keystones are the big guys. That's something that you may run off and try and get because it's something later on. Don't worry about that right away. But what I'm testing that I don't see a lot of these builds doing is the actual mastery. There are some that do max out a mastery depending on how it works, but I don't see a build that strictly goes off of that. So if that makes sense, I'm focused on this mastery. So with that, I'm focusing on elemental mastery. And I thought using an Ascendant would be good because I could aura stack, which is already starting to pan out pretty well. And then through that, I can also kind of work around with, yeah, I went into an Elementalist. So it gets pretty complicated after that. So I'm not going to get into all that until I know it all works, and then this could be further delved into. But the basic concept is get a bunch of auras that help you with your equipment and just have one main attack that does a lot of damage. Focusing on what that main attack is based upon your mastery that you choose. So I'm going with this mastery, and it's amazing just focusing on this, the layers that have been built into this already, just trying to make the build work, just reading, just going through, picking things. We have 4 auras already, and one of them is Qwerty, which allows us to just constantly cast and instantly recover. And then among that, the other 3 auras are literally the 3 damage elemental auras. So we run that. Then we have exposure. We have a curse, elemental weakness, lower the resistances. Plus, we have critical strike on full health, higher chance of critical strike. We have just sprinkled in here, again, this could be changed, but we get a lot of power, frenzy, and endurance charges. We have something in here too, I'm not sure where it is, but we have a 3% chance that when we hit a target, we do 300% elemental damage. Also, we have a small percent chance that it inverts their resistances. So you'll see as I run it, every once in a while, a huge chunk of damage just gets taken out of anything. And what I'm going to be running is just tier 2s. I mean, again, we got to level up our gems. So we're not going to try and go nuts. We can clear T16s, but it's just not as fun, and it's harder to see like values and what's actually going on. So we're going to run these, and yeah, I'll continue to try and explain it. Another cool thing is like building something like this, like some unique situations come into play. Like we picked our class, and the main reason I went for Elementalist was because in exposure you inflict applies an extra 20% to the affected resistance. So I wanted that for more exposure, but it landed actually, and I didn't even know, that's not even why I was going for it. I got an extra golem. I can summon an extra golem. So then that just plays into it. I can up my crit strike chance because I can have an ice golem plus a flame golem, which just increases your damage. So it's just interesting running through and actually just, figuring it out instead of running a build guide, how things play out. And again, like if this works out and this actually ends up being really effective, I'll have to make it more easily understood. But again, I think, I might have to try more builds to see if this is an effective way for like a new player to not worry about everything I said for the past 10 minutes and just focus on the one thing where I said pick a mastery, something that sounds fun to you, and then go for it. Because that was the whole basis of this whole thing. And it's working out. And it led me to certain things. And again, I'm not even sure what the best in slot gear is that I should be running for this build. But that's like kind of the beauty of it. It's just kind of running because I'm following the concept of the mastery, of an elemental mastery. So I'm just going to keep testing this out, see where it goes. As you see, it has really good clear speed. Obviously some damage, high health pool stuff. We'll see if we can get something here so you can see where the chunk damage comes out. It's obviously not every hit, because of the things I was talking about. Every once in a while you get a hit that inverts their resistance, plus does extra exposure, plus which exposure just lowers the resistances more. So you take something that has 80% lightning res, invert it, now they have negative 80 lightning res, and you hit exposure on lightning res, so it lowers it even more, and then you hit extra 300% elemental damage on lightning damage or lightning res, and then you also crit strike on that hit. I mean, you can see where it can get out of hand. Like, it can do a lot of damage to a single target. And obviously with this, like, I'm gonna have to figure out how to attack faster. Maybe one of the auras, if I can squeak another aura in or fix my mana, I can get rid of Qwerty and maybe put haste on, attack faster. Plus, maybe with the transfigured gems, I can, you know, maybe use Sniper's Mark or something where I can hit the target a ton of times. I mean, there's a lot of options on how to hit a target a lot, which would then, you know, extrapolate, obviously, like your crit chance you wouldn't need as high, plus you would hit more often with these big heavy random hits. As you know, like Kinetic Bolt, Kinetic Blast, people are already doing that with certain setups where they're just hitting a ton, so you can have these effects that, you know, are usually lackluster, but then it just opens up doors where you just be like, oh yeah, that's nice when it happens, but it's not, you know, viable. It might make it viable. And that's the thing, again, like, we're not even running any of the right gear other than the fact of just resistance, and pretty much resistance and mana fixing. That's the thing too. Like, I mean, I can run a T16 so you can see after this, but even with this, I mean, if you think about it and look at all the other builds running out there, and even yourself, get to mapping and have under 2,000 life and under 2,500 life and energy shield together, and see how well you live. Like, and that's the thing, that out of everything I talked about so far, I didn't really talk much about the defensive layers, other than resistance, which is, like, yeah, a key thing you should be focusing on, because that's huge. But I'm not even really sure why I am surviving as much as I am. Now, I am a little bit focused on, I'm thinking evasion would be nice. Me as a player, I don't really like luck. I like more sure things. So evasion is kind of against the grain for me. But it's working out so far. But again, even with, like, we'll just keep these up, I think I get to like 56% chance to evade an attack. So that defensive layer is still in the process of getting kind of hashed out, and that's not what's keeping me alive. Because yeah, 58%, that's what it goes to with the flasks I'm using right now. I want to get it as high as I can because that's just what I'm working on right now. But I don't know if that will be the best thing for this build, but I still have to figure out what's keeping it alive so well, because I've had other builds with 4,000, 5,000 health that just die way quicker randomly for no reason. So yeah, again, I'm just basically basing everything off of that mastery, and I know one of the things on that elemental mastery is, I think it's 50% chance to suppress spell damage. I don't know, I might be wording that wrong, but there's that, and it's just like these little things. If you're gonna try this before I can actually figure everything out, the only thing I could suggest at this time till I know more is don't pick a mastery like health mastery or vitality or whatever it's called. Don't pick a defensive mastery, pick an offensive one, because defensive masteries are going to have a lot of just defense, and you're just not going to be able to do enough damage. If you pick an offensive mastery, a lot of them have defensive components to them, and it'll kind of play out more in your favor. That's about all I can really think of right now. For the strategy I'm doing right now, just to make some currency, where's the boss of this map? Oh, I passed it. I'm just running pretty much the same setup I was with the SRS build that I was running. I just changed the infinite. Yeah, see, that rare took like 3 hits and was at like 40 health and then just dropped. So I think too I was gonna look into the stuff dies at like 10% health, but I don't know if that's needed in this. I think we're just gonna create some heavy hits here that are just gonna clobber things. Alright, but let's see how this goes. And then I'll, before the next map, I'll kind of explain the currency farming I'm trying to do while I'm leveling this character up. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is so tanky already. Like I've not focused on that at all except for resistances, which anyone that's played this game more than a week knows that resistances, even if you max them out, they don't save your life. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out and see exactly why this is so tanky at such low health. Again, I'm only doing T2s, but we'll do a T16. We'll see. We'll compare it. I know, like, I've leveled characters and I've had people just even starting to try mapping with under 3k health and just getting one-shotted. So, not really sure. Excuse me. Alright, so basically I'm just running on the Atlas. 48% chance for Delirium Mirrors. And the only thing I'm really worried about is Wandering Path, which just makes all your small, all the small passives doubled. And with that, even running magic maps, it 60% increases like your quant and stuff like that. So we're not super worried about. The main thing we're going for is Delirium Orbs. That's it. 48% chance to get a Delirium Mirror. Before we were making it so the Delirium just stays on the map or whatever, but you can't get Delirium Orbs. Delirium Orbs sell well if you run a lot of maps. Yeah, you get roughly around like 10 of any Delirium Orb. You get a Divine from that. You combine that later on with, you know, running 14 plus, so you can get the Eater of Worlds influence on the map device. That's an extra Divine too. But even without that, if you can't run higher maps and like you're just trying to level a build, it's not a bad idea just to literally get all these Delirium nodes. One thing with this area of the Delirium, don't worry about faster progression of Delirium. Also up here, don't worry about faster progression. You just want a better chance of getting the mirrors, so where those nodes are, and keeping them there for longer, so you have some more time in case you run into like a rough rare or something, or you just were trying to pick something up and it took too long, or blah blah, whatever. But you basically just, yeah, you want definitely these 3 right here, because it increases the chance of dropping a Delirium Orb. And I've seen I've gotten like 2, like the second, I think maybe even the 1 reward streak of Delirium and got a Delirium Orb. So just doing that, I mean, you're just making currency while you're trying to level a character. It's pretty fail-safe, pretty easy. So yeah, we'll just run one of these, see if we get a mirror, just to see if we can get a Delirium Orb to prove that fact, and see how it functions with that. Okay, we got a mirror. So we'll just run with this. And yeah, we're just gonna spam clear. Alright, so we already got the first reward thing, and that's what I'm saying. Even with this, like, it doesn't take that long, especially when you have the nodes that up your reward progress with Delirium. And then, yeah, we already have a chance that a Delirium Orb will drop, which, I mean, if it's a rare, there's like 2 of them that are worth more than 10 chaos, so you can get that, or you just keep saving them. Sometimes, oh, I didn't realize what was happening there. I got too comfortable for a second. My bad. Let me get back in there. Alright, again, why you want the dissipate stuff too. We might lose it here. But it gave us a chance to get back in the mirror. But we didn't. But look at that. We get an orb. With that crappy a gameplay, we get an orb. You know, and we're just trying to level our character. I just got a little lazy and I was thinking about other things. Get an orb. It's easy. Easy to do. Also, if you wonder why I play with one hand a lot, like, I have a mouse that has a bunch of buttons. I think it's the Logitech. I forget what it is called, but yeah. So I can set everything up on there. So I do that because I don't know. It just has become easy for me, and it's kind of like lazy, but I don't know. It's nice because then you can, like, you know, have a snack or two. Snacks are important. Everyone loves snacks, so not getting into all that. But yeah, there you go. That's basically what I'm running right now. Trying to figure this thing out. It's going very well. We'll try a T16 here real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna probably run a lot of T2s. Maybe I'll go up to T7s. I went to T7s. They just seemed a little bit longer to clear because some of the rares just, yeah, they just start getting a lot of health until I level up all my gems to like level 20 and, you know, get a few more levels. Because yeah, I'm just gaining levels fast here in T2s. And I'd run T1s if I had them, but because of what I'm running, I only drop the certain maps. So again, I gotta fix some of my atlas. It's not perfect right now. A lot of this was just, you know, me just kind of just having fun. So, but it's working out well. But yeah, we'll run a T16 here. We'll see what it does. See where we're at. At least give it a fighting chance. I'll pay more attention to that. Yeah, it's just a really cool build. Like, you know, you're getting power charges, you're getting endurance charges, you're getting all your charges. That's cool. You got a lot of auras going on. You got a couple golems. I mean, and again, I'm just using one skill, other than my curse, which is elemental weakness right now, and it has great clear speed. And then if, you know, I can figure out how to up the single target damage, which is already kind of basically built in with, as you see, some of the there's some heavy hits you get already. But yeah, we'll compare. We'll get to a T16 here. Might as well just do it now. Go to T16 and see what the hits are. See where we're at. Baseline it. I don't think I've spent a lot of time on just getting the resistances and stuff there, so I was spending a lot of time on gear. Again, it's not even like the gear that I'll probably end up with, but just to get everything kind of where it needs to be. Like, even this amulet came out pretty good, but yeah, it's missing components, but overall it was like, okay, yeah, that'll work for what we're trying to run here. So alright, let's do a T16. 16. What would I think? Burial, probably. Be fine. Just run it. Probably just magic. We don't want to go too nuts. Oh, yeah, gotta make it magic first. And then make sure we got a mod that doesn't actually hurt us. Because again, yeah, this still needs a lot of work. It's looking great so far, for sure. But it still needs a lot of work. I don't think I leech, so I was probably fine with that, but I'm just trying to get like just a basic mod here. Maim I don't even want because I don't even have movement speed on my boots, so I don't even want that really. We're just going for something simple. Just a little bit extra. Because again, using Wandering Path on the Atlas, it multiplies even the pack size will go up to like 8%, which, you know, it'll, you know, an extra few monsters here or there. We don't want extra life, we don't want any magic monsters, we don't want extra damage. Just something simple here. 2 unique bosses. We'll go with that. That's fine because we don't have to face the boss if we don't want to. Alright, just extra quant, sure. We'll just run it. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do. We got a skill point, so we can throw that in somewhere. Let's keep going towards this elemental mastery, so we're just not going to really worry about it. We got to get down here, I think is the closest one. There's some other nodes, but we'll probably have to remap later on to get some of these that add some more penetration, which works with exposure and all the other offensive layers we have. We're just going to take the dexterity. That might help us later on when we're trying to, you know, put different armor on because, you know, what do we got here? That's strength. That's got dexterity. We need that. That's got 19 dexterity. So, yeah. That'll help us later on where we can maybe put more damage in or, you know, maybe more resist to use damage on another piece or something like that. Alright, so we're gonna see how this goes. I might die a lot. We don't know. I was gonna say I hope I get a mirror so we can really be super rippy. It's gonna be super rippy. Let me think about it for a second. Alright, we should be fine because this is a pretty self-explanatory build. All I gotta really do is click this one button. So yeah, we're gonna take it slow here. We're gonna see what we can do. I mean, not too bad. We don't have anything crazy coming at us yet. All right, now we're getting some. Oh boy. Already the golems are dead. All right, well we can kill some magic. So, yeah, this is gonna be rippy real quick. Because we're just going off Frost Blink for our movement. But again, we're just DPS checking right now. Not bad though, not bad. I'm surprised that we can even do that. So we can get set up a little better here. Yeah, we just need a little bit more. We need these gems and stuff. Like, I don't even know what even my damage gems are at. Alright, we'll try this. We got all that on. We'll try this. And these guys are rough. We'll try this Essence Frozen guy here in a second, but I just want to see. Alright, Purity of Elements, I'm not even using that. Like, yeah, I'm not even using all the gems that I could be using. Frostblink's 18, Vitality, not using that. Wrath is 11. Hatred's 11, yeah. All my gems. Oh, Anger's 19. So that's actually pretty close. That's doing pretty good. So those are my damage ones. Clarity should be pretty close. Elemental Weakness is 17, so that's getting there. 18 Kinetic, Fire Damage, Volley 17, 18. So yeah, we still got a lot to go here for this, plus the ascendancy and everything. There's a lot more to do. Let me see if I can clear this out enough so I can actually fight this guy and not get ripped immediately. I don't know, it does feel good. It does feel good already. And there's so much versatility here. Maybe I'll just I had a keybound to my mouse so it'd be easier. Well, not necessarily easier, just lazier. Oh boy, here he comes. Oh boy. Oh no. I mean, I'm surprised it's even like killing this guy, honestly. Oh, I didn't mean to go in there. Oh boy, hopefully the lag doesn't kill me. Ooh! Yeah, this is, I mean, it's not ideal by any means, but for how far behind we are so far, with everything that we can upgrade, like every aspect of this build, I mean, this, yeah, the T16, it's surprising, actually. I don't know how I'm not that's what I'm saying. I gotta figure out where these defensive layers are that are working, because I don't know how I'm not just like getting one shot right now on a T16. I mean, it's not juiced or anything, so I get that, but this is pretty good. And then, yeah, see where that chunk damage happens? If we can extrapolate that, that could get pretty crazy. Woo! Want to try and fight this Essence guy. This might be Rip City, but just trying to clear everything else out because this might be rough. Ah! Don't touch me! Oh, I'm dead. I knew that was coming. We're working through it though. Working through it. Alright, grab these guys. Let's go back in. We got 3 portals, so let's try this out. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get to fight the Essence guy. Maybe not. We just funnel them all like this. This would be great. Just keep summoning the golems. Oh, don't touch me! I don't know, it's some decent damage. It's not bad. All right, let's go for this guy. Rippy, here we go. Oh, that golem died really fast. Oh no, don't get close to him. Is there 2 of them? Oh, did it summon an exile too? Oh no, there's just 2 of them. 3 of them? Wait, what? I mean, again, it don't look impressive, but just knowing the damage that other things do to these guys, how much it's actually doing, it's surprising. Surprising how much it's actually doing, because like people are running this stuff and they're like, yeah, it's a juice 16 and stuff and full delirium and stuff, whatever, but they're talking about like millions of damage and like And again, I know, like hundreds of thousands, millions, billions of damage. This is literally doing... We'll get the golems on, to be fair here. Oh! I was trying to get the other golem. Alright. Let's go. Let's see. There he is. Hopefully this doesn't one-shot me. Alright. Rowdy. We're doing 12,000. 12,000 damage. So again, there's a lot going on in the background. So if you can put it in perspective, it just, if you're struggling with T16s and you're wondering why, like, well, my build's only at, half a mil DPS. Again, if I put this into Path of Building, we would actually be able to get a figure of what our TPS actually is. That's just, it's a lot more to do. So I'm trying to, especially for people, like, sometimes they don't even know how to, like, get a new PC or how to even buy that or whatever. I'm trying to find a way that you can play this game where you don't have to have Path of Building and stuff. You can follow the mechanics of the game and just the feel of it, where you don't have to actually sit there and just figure out every figure, download a third party, whatever. So it's what I'm testing here. And we'll see where it goes. This is interesting though. I am surprised at how much damage this already does though. And yeah, I'll keep working on it and we'll see where it goes. We'll see what it can actually do. The fact that it can even kill these guys is phenomenal. And if if I was paying more attention to the fight and stuff, it would go a lot quicker. I'm just kind of putzing around. I just kind of want to, how I want to play right at the moment. I don't want to take it all too seriously. Because he's like summoning extra stuff. Like, yeah, this'll take a minute for sure. That's why I said these guys they're pretty rough. But I'm seeing that it chunks out every once in a while. It chunks out a bunch of damage. But yeah, anyways, this is boring, but it's just something that I'm looking at. So probably end the stream here. Well, I guess I might as well kill this guy. But yeah, just interesting that you can live through this. Obviously, not coming at me all that fast. It's not like super rippy, I guess. So not too impressive. Unless you actually understood how little is actually like figured out in this build, it wouldn't be that impressive. So I get it, but yeah, I'll keep working on it. So hopefully I can make this useful, where people can actually utilize this for making builds in the future, especially like Soul Self-Found and stuff. It'll help a lot. A lot of the stuff that, again, the gear and stuff I have is it's not really anything. Again, the most of the money I spent was screwing around trying to craft my own stuff. It wasn't actually buying anything, because I haven't bought anything for this build. It's just literally just me screwing around with stuff I had and trying to, craft stuff. That's it. I also just set all this up today. Like, I don't even know if these are the flasks I want to use. So, and this is the first I'm playing where I just got done before I had to go and open the pizzeria. It's where I got done with the flasks and getting my resistances squared away and stuff. So, just toying around with it. This guy's dying. I'm gonna get him. He's super slow though, so it's a good thing though, because I have no movement speed on my boots. I'm using a Quicksilver flask, so that does help when you're actually killing stuff. We're not really killing much, so. This would be way easier if he wasn't constantly summoning these unique freaking ghosts, like with power endurance charges. Like, what is this? What kind of mod are you? I could probably look at him, but then I'll die. I'm gonna focus on that. We're just gonna go. You're gonna die. Oh, or just run into him. If he regenerated health, I'm outie. I'm outie 5. We can get some damage on him here.
Hey, this is Sencho, and this one goes out to all the hip-hop fans out there. If you like what you're hearing right now, it's called Double Take, and you can download this and a lot more by upgrading to Upbeat Premium. Peace.
Did he regenerate health? Oh, he's almost dead. Come on. Wow. The health of some of these guys, I'm pretty sure it could have killed the boss like 4 times already. Oh, we can't die before we kill him. Got him. Nice. Oh no, he's got his secondary thing. Oh no. Forget that thing. And he's summoned even more things. This game is ruthless. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh, I'm dead. I didn't focus on my potion. Alright, so that was that. But, alright. That's where we're at with this build. Yeah, I'm going to keep working on it. If I don't have anything that exciting to inform you about tomorrow about it, I probably won't stream till, yeah, somewhere around Monday. Maybe I'll do it Sunday. I don't know. But yeah, as you see, it's kind of a shit show trying to explain this all and run through it because there's a lot still to figure out. And again, this is a complicated thing to do because I'm trying to figure something else out that will be simple to follow later on. So, don't get discouraged. Pick a build. Don't always follow build guides. It's game. Have fun with it. So, alright guys. Thank you for joining. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.